Cold outside. Temperatures are down in the 20s and the 30s. It's 36 in Central Park, and we have temperatures that are in the 20s north and west. 29 in Poughkeepsie, below freezing as well in Andover and Newark. 36, 34 in Islip. Cold outside. Temperatures are down in the 20s and the 30s. It's 36 in Central Park, and we have temperatures that are in the 20s north and west. 29 in Poughkeepsie, below freezing as well in Andover and Newark. 36, 34 in Islip.
To me, never.
Bought this for $12. Well, that's worth $1 million.
Right? You got to be lucky. It's a level of luck to get something like that. Renoir.
And a good eye, too. And a good eye.
How lucky are we today?
Pretty lucky. So nice and sunny. Temperatures in the 50s. It is breezy, but still, we know how March can be. So skies are clear in the city. It's 36 degrees. It feels like winter outside. The 20s and the 30s much colder compared to this time yesterday. Northwest winds near 12 miles per hour. So temperatures are dipping down in the 20s and the 30s. Some spots outside of the city are below freezing. Toms River 25, the same in Morristown, and down to 29 in Sussex. Northwest winds are ranging from 2 to 13 miles an hour. But once again, just like yesterday, wind speeds increase, so picking up to 25 to 30 gusts by midday, lasting throughout this afternoon. So skies are clear. I am watching a few flurries just north and west of us, but overall shaping up to be a quiet and sunny day. That's all thanks to high pressure moving in as low pressure. Plenty of sunshine and breezy winds. Late tonight, that's when things will start to change. Another disturbance gets closer, and that could squeeze out a stray shower or flurry, especially north of the city. But anything that does manage to form should be out of here just in time for sunrise on Friday. So throughout the day tomorrow, clouds increase, and we'll see temperatures warming up into the mid to upper 50s. Looking ahead to early Saturday morning, approaching warm front could squeeze out a few showers early Saturday, but the rest of the day is dry and much warmer. Looking at a taste of summer, all thanks to a warm front bringing in a surge of very warm temperatures with highs climbing in the 70s. I'll give you a closer look at that temperature trend in just a second. And then Sunday, the farther north and east like Montauk, you could struggle to get out of the 40s. On Sunday, as that front dives back to the south, temperatures cool down into the 40s and the 50s. So a big range in temperatures this weekend. Today, 53, mostly sunny and breezy. There's also an elevated fire threat because of gusty winds and very dry air in place. Any spark could spread very quickly. But nice weather for the Yankees home opener. Temperatures in the 50s throughout the game. A breeze out of the west-northwest ranging from 10 to 15. That's really the only weather issue today. Tonight, 42, partly to mostly cloudy, a shower or flurry north, and then tomorrow 60, warmer with more clouds and sunshine, breezy at times, southwest winds 8 to 16. Looking at some big changes this weekend, temperatures in the upper 70s on Saturday, the 80s in some spots, especially in traffic together. It is about 5 to 15 degrees colder this morning compared to this time yesterday. Temperatures are down in the 20s and the 30s, so the winter gear is needed at the bus stop this afternoon. We get into the 50s, 53, mostly sunny and breezy. So highs in the upper 40s and low 50s. And these temperatures are close to normal for this time of the year. Winds will once again gust up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, temperatures dip down in the 30s and the 40s. Clouds increase. There's also a chance for a stray shower or flurry, especially north of the city. But look at the temperature trend over the next few days. 60 on Friday and 79 by Saturday. Heather?
I can't wait for Saturday. I can wait for Sunday, though. 80.
This Thursday, March 27.
Just a few hours.
Just a few hours
from now. It's going to look very different at that scene. But Anthony Carlo, as you mentioned, is there. So we'll be hearing from him in just a moment.
And you want to take the subway there. That's the key.
Yes, you do.
Don't drive to the stadium.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
You definitely want to use mass transit. You could take a bus there, too. So smart. Do it that way.
I'm going later today.
Yeah.
So I am. I got my tickets. Me and my wife are going. I've never been to an opening day.
How are you getting there?
I'm taking the 1 to the 4 to the S to the 4. Oh, yeah.
He's like, Heather,
are you listening?
I'm not new to this. I'm true to this.
I'm true to this. I'm getting there early. But we want some good weather out there. You know, when the winds are blowing, more home runs.
Oh, really? Is there a direction?
It's got to be in the right direction.
Right direction, of course.
Yeah, so a westerly breeze. I don't know how that impacts things. I'll let you figure that out.
Not good. I think it's inward. I think that blows inward.
Okay, yeah. But it's not very strong. So winds out of the west ranging from 10 to 15 miles per hour this morning. It is chilly. Temperatures are in the 20s and the 30s. It's 34 in the city, and then for spots farther north and west down into the upper 20s and over 30 for you. 31 in Poughkeepsie and 33 in
there. Very just such a unique area for weather when you talk about you're able to go through a hurricane and massive wildfires.
Yeah.
It's not very common all around the country.
And just getting all of the above this year, and as we head into this weekend, thankfully they'll get some rainfall. The same system that will bring us some showers too on Sunday. But even for us closer to home, we're not out of the woods just yet when it comes to fire danger. There's an elevated fire risk heading into this afternoon and evening, all thanks to gusty winds and also very dry air. So despite recent rainfall, it's still pretty dry. Humidity will drop to 20 to 30%, and just watch out because any spark could spread very quickly. Current winds are light out of the northwest, ranging from 2 to 13 miles per hour, but eventually winds could gust as high as 25 to 30, lasting throughout this afternoon. So currently skies are clear and temperatures are down in the 20s and the 30s, up to 10 to 15 degrees colder compared to this time yesterday. Northwest winds in the city near 12 miles per hour. So it's 29 in Sussex, 30 in Morristown, 33 in Islip, and down to 31 degrees in Poughkeepsie. We take these temperatures in the upper 40s and the lower 50s, and that's close to normal for this time of the year. Around the Hudson Valley and spots north of the city, you'll lean towards the upper 40s and the low 50s. So Maybrook 49, Thompson 45, and Bridgeport a high of 50 with mostly sunny skies. Skies are clear, and this is after a few sprinkles and flurries yesterday. High pressure is now taking over, and low pressure continues to move well away from the tri-state. So throughout this afternoon, mostly sunny. Temperatures in the upper 40s, lower 50s, still breezy, but nice and clear. That all changes tonight. Clouds increase again, all thanks to a surge of milder air, and that could form a few sprinkles and flurries north of the city, but really not enough to cause any major travel concerns. Early tomorrow morning, any rain that does manage to form should be out of here, and for the rest of Friday, things are, we'll see increase in clouds and things turn milder with temperatures surging into the upper 50s and the lower 60s. A sprinkle also can't be ruled out. But late Friday night into early Saturday, a warm front moves north, and that will spark a round of rainfall. And we could wake up to a few pockets of showers early Saturday, but the rest of Saturday is partly sunny and much warmer. That's the big story this weekend, a big range in temperatures from Saturday to Sunday, all thanks to this warm front. So that surges north, and then it moves back south as a cold front on Sunday, cooling us down. So here's a closer look at how temperatures will play out on Saturday. Most of the tri-state will get into the 70s, maybe even some spots across interior sections of New Jersey reaching the 80s. Areas that remain north of this front will struggle to get out of the 40s and the 50s like Montauk. But on Sunday, a big difference. We all drop back down into the 50s and the lower 60s. Today, 53, mostly sunny and elevated fire risk. And tonight, 42, partly to mostly cloudy, a chance for a sprinkle. Tomorrow, 60, warmer with more clouds and sunshine, breezy at times as well. For the rest of the 7-day forecast, temperatures climbing into the mid
here as you travel throughout the area of the New England Thruway. Now, this is both ways between Boston Road and Division Street. We had construction. It was just there. They just cleared it away. So that's the good news that I have.
Really, it could be breezy at times, so that's the only concern. Winds out of the west-northwest ranging from 10 to 15, gusting around 25 to 30. But a closer look at your home opener forecast, 50 over compared to this time yesterday. 34 in the city, and farther north and west dipping down in the mid to upper 20s. It's 25 in Montgomery, 30 in Morristown, and 26 degrees in Toms River. Northwest winds are north and west of the city. But look at the warming trend Friday into Saturday. Tomorrow we get up to 60, milder cloud cover, and then by Saturday temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, even the 80s in some spots. We cool back down into the 50s on Sunday. I'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up. Heather?
All right, Brittany, let's look.
They get fans ready for the big day. All the preparations are underway.
Getting hype. Another key player for today is the weather.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, that plays in. So, Brittany Bell, no pressure or anything. How's that home opener forecast.
Pretty nice, especially for this time of the year. So it's sunny, temperatures near 50 by first pitch. Really the only weather issue is a breeze. So it's going to be out of the west-northwest, ranging from 10 to 15, gusting up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. But it's not going to snow, so that is the bright side. A lot of sunshine and temperatures in the 50s. This morning, it's pretty chilly. We're in the 20s and the 30s, 34 in the city and farther north and west. Temperatures down below freezing in the mid to upper 20s. It's 28 in Morristown, 26 in Montgomery, even Toms River down to 24 for you. Current winds are lighter out of the northwest, ranging from 2 to 13 miles an hour, but we'll see winds gusting up to 25 to 30. So that combined with very dry air is why there's an elevated risk for fire spread for most of the tri-state. So any small spark could spread very quickly. Skies are nice and clear, and we'll see plenty of sunshine that will take us up to temperatures in the upper 40s and the lower 50s. But get ready for a big warming trend, especially by Saturday. I'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up. Heather?
And Brittany, unfortunately, we have an accident. It's on the Belt Parkway East.
Well, are we ready? Are we ready, Brittany? How about the weather? Is the weather ready?
Yes, and we're getting a win. Let's call this a W, because even though it's breezy, there's a lot of sunshine and temperatures are down in the lower 50s, and it's not snowing. So 50 around first pitch, and temperatures throughout the late innings still in the lower 50s. Winds out of the west-northwest will range between 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting up to 25 to 30. So that's the main weather issue today, a gusty breeze. Temperatures this morning are pretty cold. We're down in the 20s and the 30s. It's 34 in Central Park, and temperatures are in the 20s outside of the city. Toms River, 24 for you, 26 in Montgomery, 31 in Danbury, and 34 in Islip. Northwest wind speeds are ranging from 2 to 11 miles an hour all around the tri-state. So that's why there's an elevated risk for fire spread. Winds will get stronger, gusting up to 20 to 30, combined with low humidity. So any small spark could spread very quickly. Skies are nice and clear, and we'll see plenty of sunshine with temperatures reaching the lower 50s. But we warm up to the 60s tomorrow and the 70s on Saturday. I'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up. Heather?
All right, so let's talk about the Belt Park.
Mess of a situation. Are they going to see any moisture, Brittany? Any help at all?
They have to wait until Sunday, but it's still very dry and breezy today, tomorrow through Saturday, but Sunday, a chance of rainfall lasting through Monday. That's actually a part of the same system that will bring us some wet weather too, Sunday through early Monday as well. But before that, the big story closer to home, a big warm up on the way with temperatures in the 60s and the 70s. It's also still dry here, so fire danger is elevated for most of the tri-state because of the combination of gusty winds and very low humidity that will drop to 20 to 30% throughout this afternoon. And despite fire danger that's higher today, we are seeing some improvement when it comes to our drought monitor that was updated this morning at 8:30. And drought conditions are gradually improving for portions of Middlesex, Monmouth, and Ocean County. We're going to add some on top of this Sunday into Monday. So hopefully things will continue to trend in the right direction. Skies are nice and sunny. It is breezy, but still dry. Temperatures near 43, and that's running about 3 degrees cooler compared to this time yesterday. Winds are out of the west in the city near 8 miles per hour. The forecast for a high of 53, and that's close to the average, 54. The record today, 83, set in 1998. What if we had that today for opening day? And sunset at 7:16. Rainfall for the month in Central Park running just over a half an inch above normal. Temperatures are in the 40s for most of the area, 45 in Morristown, Sussex, 43 for you, and it's down to 44 degrees in Islip. Sustained northwest winds are now up to 8 to 17 miles per hour, getting stronger as expected, now gusting near 17 to 29 miles an hour. We'll hold on to similar winds lasting throughout this afternoon and early this evening, but things could taper off briefly overnight through very early tomorrow morning. Skies are clear, it's quiet thanks to high pressure, but still breezy because of the pressure difference between high pressure and low pressure that's now moving away from Maine. But throughout this afternoon, sunny, temperatures in the 50s. Tonight, clouds start to increase, especially late, and that's all thanks to an approaching cold front. That same front could squeeze out a sprinkle or a flurry north and west of the city overnight. Anything that does manage to form tonight should be out of here just in time for sunrise on Friday. So clouds increase tomorrow. We'll have additional moisture streaming in, a small chance for a sprinkle late Friday north and west, but overall mainly dry with milder temperatures in the upper 50s and the lower 60s. 60s. A warm front comes in Friday into early Saturday, and that front will spark a round of steadier rainfall, maybe even an isolated downpour, and some of that could linger through sunrise on Saturday. I'm also stopping this at 6:45 to 7 because this is during the partial solar eclipse early Saturday. Unfortunately, it's not going to be completely clear, but we'll see a mixture of clouds and sunshine across the area. By midday on Saturday, that mixture of sun and clouds continues, but southwest flow that will pump in some very warm air. The bigger story Saturday, temperatures climbing into the 70s for most of the tri-state, all thanks to a warm front. That same front moves to the south, pushing in cooler temperatures on Sunday. So we go from the 70s down to the 50s, and then Monday back into the 60s with a chance for rain and even a few gusty thunderstorms. A closer look at that temperature trend this weekend. Temperatures in the 70s for most of the tri-state, and then that front brings us back down into the 50s on Sunday. Today, 53, mostly sunny and breezy. 70s, I'm trying to find a reservation somewhere. 58 on Sunday and 68 on Monday. You have to get prepared. These popular spots, they get
the problem is everybody has the same idea.
Backing me up. So beat everyone else to make the reservation.
I love it. All right. Thank you, Brittany. A new era begins for the New York Giants. Coming up, hear what quarterback Russell Wilson had to say in his introduction to fans of Big Blue. And find out where the latest